Hi, and this video is a little bit something different than what I usually do, but that's okay. I'm kind of excited to do it and share any tips and tricks and reach a different range of audience, if that makes sense. So let's get right on into it. This is what I'll be taking this semester. It's kind of like a little briefcase thing, but it has these long straps you can put on your shoulder. I usually do take the rolling backpack just because I do have a really bad back, but I'm not gonna have a lot of books this semester, so I figured I'm going to opt for this because if I don't have to take a big rolling backpack, you know, I'm gonna opt out of that. So this has two main compartments, and then it has a middle zipper compartment, and in the back compartment I keep my books. So this semester I'll be taking Human Services. And notice that there's a little yellow thing on here, and that's yellow for a reason, and I'll show you why. Because in the front, these is what I have for my class. I have a folder and a notebook, and they have yellow tabs on it. So it kind of all goes together. That was my whole point. I'm very visual, so colors and stuff are stimulating for me. So whatever we stop reading at or whatever we're at, I'm going to put this little paperclip thing, and then that way I can turn right there, no problem. I always hate when they say chapter 8 and then you're sitting there for like 2 minutes trying to find the freaking chapter. I hate that. So this is just easier for me. And then for my other class is Theory and Practice of Counseling and Psychotherapy, and it's a smaller book. This one has a blue one on it, and then for that I have these. I know it's a little confusing, yellow and blue, and I probably should have done it the other way around, but here's the blue tabs. And now thinking about it, maybe I should have put blue on here, but yellow on yellow was a little too much. I wanted something that would contrast. So I'll get into showing you how I actually organize these things. I'll do the purple because I feel like that is a little bit better to see on camera. But I print off these labels here online, and then I have a matching one for the notebook. So it's really easy to see and just at a glance. Now inside, there's always that spot for like your name and address over here, or like your phone number and whatnot. I always put my name and my phone number. And same with the inside of my books, because you just don't know if you leave it in the library or something. So that's what I do. If this was laying on the table, the way that I would organize my folder is the back side here, which would be this side really if it's laying on a table. I would put all the papers they would give me, just everything in there. And then the other side, I would put like homework or things that need turned in, something that's important. That way the lighter side is the side you're actually flipping up and down. And that's kind of how I organize my folder. Now my notepads are a little bit different. You'll notice there's a couple, there's a couple tabs here. And the first things first, like I said, I always put my phone number and my name on the inside of the tablet. This is the first 5 pages. There's 5 pages I allow myself here. And really 5's almost too much. You could probably get away with 3. But I just kind of write like the class, what days they go, what time it is, and the date. And that's just for me purely because a lot of times, you know, you're in class and you're like, what time to get out again? And then you gotta dig through your bag to find the, what do they call that? They print it off for you every class. It tells like the rules and everything. And it's annoying. This is just easier for me to just see it, you know? And there's 5 pages here for a reason. It's for if you have to work with a group or something and you have to get their numbers and their names, this is where I would write it down at. Just real fast, real easy, Becky, and then write her number or whatever, you know. Sometimes teachers will just like last minute throw in extra credit. Like if you go to the blood drive, you can get, you know, 20% plus on your test or whatever. This is just somewhere I can write that easily that won't interfere with my other stuff. I won't have little papers everywhere Or last semester I had a teacher that if you went to the activities that they had at the school, they would give you like extra credit, and he would just like announce it like literally 2 minutes as you're getting ready to leave, so everyone's like packing up. This would be the spot I would write it. This is also the spot that I would write the teacher's phone number or email address. You know, this is college, so it's a little bit different than high school. I think like high school you wouldn't need that many, but you know, if they give you a work phone, a cell phone, this is where I would write it, because this is where you'd be doing your homework and you'll be studying, and this is easy access. Instead of digging through your folder, trying to find paperwork, or, you know, calling the school or something, this is just easier for me. This is also the place I would put, some teachers are stricter than others, and they might not allow gum or no drinks, but you can have food or something like that, you know. I would write that here, just kind of like a little reminder for me. So when you turn these 5 pages over, the next tab is homework. Well, I guess that one didn't have a tab, but the first tab is homework, and it actually says it on there. And this is basically like my planner, my agenda. I'm not taking an agenda, I'm not taking a planner, it's all getting written down here. Every assignment, every test, every quiz, I write it right in order, and then when I get done with that homework assignment, I'll cross it off. And over here I can put like the due date and stuff on it, and it's perfect for that. And this is an 8-week class, so as you probably guess, I left 8 pages. That's a 1 page back and front for a whole week. Plenty. The next one says notes. It just says notes there, and that's just notes. And I'll title it chapter 1, chapter 2. That's just how I title it, and that's how I do my notes, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing else I do in here. The reason this is such a big back here is in case a teacher is like, pull out a piece of paper, like kabam, you got it right here. So, okay, so that's everything in the big compartment. There is this little compartment right here that has a zipper on it, and I'll show you what's in here. The big thing I have in here is this little contraption, and even though it does have my school name on it, I didn't get it at my school. I got it at Goodwill, which is a thrift store. And it just has like a stapler, a hole puncher, a tape, and staples. So I have used this, so that's why I keep it with me. You know, a lot of times they're like, you know, staple it before you pass it up, and there's like a whole line to staple. Like, no, I got a staple right here, pass it up, don't even have to get out of my seat. So, and then as far as this goes, I guess I'll just do it all once here. Like I told you, like to color coordinate. Coordinate. I do have a pencil, and I have the extra eraser and extra lead. So just one pencil, I don't need any more than that. And then I do have these two for like grading and stuff. Sometimes teachers will call for red pens. Now for actually note taking, I have a red and a blue one. It's a blue pen, and I have my highlighters that go with it, so I can coordinate 2 highlighters for one class, 2 highlighters for the other class. I love to highlight my notes. I love to highlight my book even. It's awesome. It's so easy to reference back, especially if you hear the teacher say something as like you're reading. I'm highlighting it because you know it's going to be on the quiz or the test or whatever. And then 2 black pens for note taking or assignments. And if these start to get low or whatnot, I might add more in there. But I feel like the most part this will be good. I won't use these so much for my notes. I'll write in black, but I'll like highlight in these, like underline, not highlight, I'll underline, or just do something different like that. Sometimes one of my last classes was an anatomy class, and we were doing like circulation and whatnot, so I was using like red and blue for the circulation. It was awesome. It's nice to have that, but those are like gel pens, so for actually grading or doing assignments, like you don't want to bleed through, I'll use these too. Those are just like regular ink pens. And I do believe I had one more thing in here. My flash drive. I always have a flash drive because you just I don't know. It's college. Well, I guess nowadays high schools have it too. They didn't have that when I was in high school. I actually remember being in high school and hearing like my parents talk about high school, or like my older cousins, and it was like they had it so easy, you know? It was like, that's just not fair. And then now that I'm an adult and I hear nieces or nephews or younger cousins talking about high school, and it's like, God, they got it so hard right now. Like, it was never that hard for us. Like, I feel like it just keeps getting worse every year that goes by. But that's how I stay organized, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe it gave you some tips and tricks. If you have any tips on any of it, just comment down below and share the love. Spread the knowledge to other people. I mean, this system works pretty good for me. It's just 2 classes. If it gets more complex, my whole like organization like changes and everything. But hopefully this will work for this semester. Hopefully I like this semester, and you have a good day and a good school year, and I wish you guys the best. I know some schools are already back in session, so just hang in there. It won't last forever. Take care.